Hey guys, welcome back again. Dave's Dimension, welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So welcome back again for yet another unbox. Lately I've been dipping into the Masters of the Universe Revelation toy line. Now there's a lot of controversy going on with the show. We're not here to discuss that. We're talking about their line of toys. Some amazing figures as far as I'm considered. So we're going to go dive into the latest and greatest that I have on my hands. But before I do that, I want you guys to do me a solid. I want you to do me a tremendous favor and go into the video description below and check out our YouTube warriors. What are our YouTube warriors? They're fellow YouTubers who make amazing content, amazing channels, amazing communities. I think you guys won't be disappointed if you check them out. We have about 5 or 6 fellow YouTubers down below. So just go ahead, video description, you'll see the links, check out their channels, and take it from there, guys. So I greatly appreciate it. By the way, if you check out their channels and some of their videos, don't forget them to give them a thumbs up, a comment, and follow them by hitting that little red button that appears below their screen. So you can become a part of their friends and family. So let's get into the latest and greatest. What do we have here? This is SKELEGOD. Now, if you have not watched the Masters of the Universe Revelation series, well, you might want to pause this and come back to it after you watch the episodes, okay? The first part of that series is just 5 episodes, and that's where this guy actually appears at the end. So, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, stop this video and then come back. So, jumping into this video, or should I say jumping into this unbox, sorry about those notifications. Let's have a nice close look at the box itself. Masters Universe SKELEGOD, brought to you by Mattel. As you can tell, this is one scary looking beefed up guy. We're going to explain why he looks the way he does. Some insane, massive art right here. Same again, and also on the back here. Now, he's got a bit of a scare glow, but this is not scare glow. And we got a little synopsis here in the back. If you want to read that, you can actually pause the screen, and you'll be able to read everything right there. But here we go. Skeletor lives his life with a singular purpose: to control the unlimited power of the entire universe. Time after time, the Bane of Eternia was thwarted by He-Man and the heroic warriors. What kind of monster would be unleashed should they be unable to stop the Lord of Destruction? Surely a raging storm of horror and terror even the bravest dare not imagine. SKELEGOD. Now, once again, spoiler alert, this is what's happening. By the end of episode 5, Skeletor, thanks to the reforged sword of Grayskull, gets his hands on a sword, and he lays out the commands by the power of Grayskull. I have the power, and he is transformed into SKELEGOD. So, Skeletor with the powers of He-Man, this is what we get. Now you can see right in the box here, we get a very cool energy effect, some alternate hands, and of course a power sword of his own. Now, part of this line is, of course, we have Battle Cat, He-Man, Mossman, Skeletor, and Evil Lynn. Now, unfortunately, I am missing Mossman, so we'll see if I can get my hands on him in the future. What do you say we break out SKELEGOD and we check him out in all of his awesomeness? Now, I've said this in all my videos for the Revelations line. I love the geometric style here. These boxes, I mean, you can keep them in the boxes and they'll look awesome. These are awesome display pieces. Or you can even hang them up on a wall. We got a nice little frame here and here, so the hang tag can, a couple 3M strips, and there you go. You can have them right on your walls. But you guys know me, I am an out-of-box collector, so let's break out SKELEGOD. What do you say? What do you say? One thing I like about what what Mattel is doing is there's no zip ties, there's no plastic tags on here, nothing that is securing your figure. You can just pull him right out, and he's pretty good to go. At least for the most part. So we do get an extra set of hands. I'll set those down right now. We also get this very cool kind of neon energy effect, like an energy blast ball. I assume it's something that he can summon up and throw at people. Oh, I was wrong. There is one plastic tie. No, there's a few. So, that's unusual. Probably because it's such a large figure. So, let me pause you guys. There we go. So, we got SKELEGOD out. He's got a very cool, I mean, look at this. This is a pretty badass cape right here. Now, multi-layer. We got this light purple on the top with these little trims right here. And they got little diamonds on them, guys. Little two-sided diamond right there. And then we got a two-tone flat cape at the back. These awesome little shoulder gauntlets, like our shoulder armor. I mean, he is pretty badass. I mean, this is some insane detail. Now we're going to switch back to main view so you guys can get a better look of him. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus a little better. And we got some insane detail. Now I'm curious to see if any of this comes off. Because we have seen, yes it can. So it's very similar to He-Man's armor, which actually allows you to slide this right off. I don't know if that's going to be a thing from the show. Let me pause you guys for just a second. Okay, that's very cool. Apparently there's magnets here. So this comes right off. It unhooks. So we could have SKELEGOD without his cape, which is pretty cool. That is a pretty cool thing that you can do now. Yeah, I'm not going to force it off, but we have this cool kind of fiery glow around his neck. Nice neon coloring right here on the armor. I mean, he's looking pretty badass. He has the He-Man, you know, whatever you want to call that emblem right there. I mean, he's just tremendous. Now the head, of course, you can fully rotate it. I'm sure you can actually remove the head too. See, it comes right off. And if you want to, you can remove the neck glow. This comes right off. And then, of course, we have the little, like I said, straps here. And you could remove those if you want. Not really sure why you would want to, but I mean, it's a thing you could do here. Here's the inside of that armor. And what we have is, you see there's some little hooks right here. That's how it reconnects. There's little grooves that will reconnect onto the cape. So that's how you have the cape on, or how you can take it off. Pretty damn cool, if I do say so. And these aren't actual magnets. These are little rivets to hold the many pieces, the many layers of the cape on there, which is pretty cool. And let's break out his power sword. Let's move this out of the way, guys. Sorry about all that. And of course, I have He-Man right here. So let's compare his sword to the one that SKELEGOD has. They're identical. Same sword, same handles. And of course, with He-Man's, you can just kind of slide right through the back so he can kind of draw the sword out. It's a thing you could do. I mean, you could technically do something very similar with SKELEGOD, but it's not really going to look that great. Of course, we have some open hands. With those open hands, you could always just slide the energy blast right there, like he's going to summon a fireball and toss it. What do we say we put everything back on now? So we have this that clicks, kind of clamps on. There we go. His little energy, if you will. Actually, I want to say I'm going to put that on before. And let's put the... By the way, this SKELEGOD head is just insane, guys. Kind of a ram's head of Skeletor. Very, very badass. And honestly, it's not that far off from Skeletor's actual head. It's just a little bit more darkened. The eyes, you can see an eye coming out on SKELEGOD, but not on Skeletor. It's almost like a merging of Skeletor's Havoc staff with Skeletor himself, and that's how you get the SKELEGOD. So, very cool indeed, guys. Let's say we're gonna swap out one of his arms, or sorry, one of his hands, because we get kind of two closed hands that obviously are going to be meant to hold the power sword. Now you can actually remove this from Skeletor or SKELEGOD. His gauntlet comes off, but we're going to leave it on because, I mean, let's face it, it looks even more badass when he's holding the sword. Let me get this back on. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta play around with this to get this back on. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me fix this, guys. Be right back. Okay, we got everything back on, guys. Sorry that took a while. So, I would definitely leave this armor on, not play around with the cape. It was kind of a slight bother to get everything realigned. I mean, you really don't need to remove all that, but it's a thing you could actually do if you wanted to. So, I mean, he's got a very badass look just all over him, guys. Let's take a nice little look here. We get the Skeletor look, the SKELEGOD, just all over the place. We got the beating eyes on the shoulders, the waist, even down on the legs here by the knees. Skeletor is very badass. He has some peg holes on the bottom. Very posable. Might have to play with some of his joints a little bit because he is a bit top heavy with all that armor that he has. Well, of course, I have my NECA stands. I don't know, I might have to use two. Let's take a look. Yeah, as big as he is, I think I might have to use two stands until I figure out a better idea. Now let's compare him to He-Man. He's about on scale with He-Man right there. Let's hold him up, stand by stand. SKELEGOD's got just a little bit of height because of the horns. Give you guys another better look right here. I mean, he definitely looks fiercer. Let's here we go. Summoning his energy to take out. Well, we can't do He-Man because, well, by that part of the show, he's dead. But there we go. SKELEGOD is very badass. The cape is badass. I mean, Mattel's been killing it with the sculpts. I will say this, because it's felt material, you might want to periodically dust it, and also if you keep them out, I would say condensed air can like you use for your keyboards and electronics should keep it nice and clean, or just taking pieces of tape, like a light scotch tape, put around your hand, kind of like a makeshift lint brush. That'll keep it nice and clean, guys. But how badass is he? See if we can get that to focus. I mean, I can't wait to see the rest of the series. I know a lot of the Masters of the Universe fans are very torn about this show. And I mean, let's face it, what fandom isn't torn with all the reboots and remakes that have been going on in the world? I mean, that's just, I mean, we're not going to get in a discussion about that today, guys. I mean, I have my opinions. Everyone else has their opinions. But, so we got SKELEGOD. We have Skeletor. We have He-Man. We have Evil Lynn on the back shelf there. I mean, these are pretty badass. These guys look amazing, guys. Oops, sorry about that. Camera down. Trying to get the right angle here. I mean, they are pretty on par here. These figures look amazing. You know, you can say whatever you like about the show and the writing and the creative process, but the figures are just straight fire. They are amazing. I've said this before, they scale with NECA. They work on the NECA stands perfectly. I love these. The only one I don't have just yet right now is Mossman. I'm on the lookout for him. I might just order him online. Now, when I say that's the only one I'm missing, because this wave we had Skeletor, He-Man, Evil Lynn, and Mossman, I believe, were only at Walmart. So far, I've only seen them in store at a Walmart date, and they're gone already. I can't find Mossman anymore. SKELEGOD and Battle Cat were Target exclusive. Yeah, I got Battle Cat, so I'm only missing Mossman until the next wave hits. Who knows when that's going to be. They have the new look of Teela as a figure. I saw a quick photo of it and it looks amazing, so I definitely want to get that. Let's give you guys a nice little close-up. These are the alternate hands. Open hand. And we have a closed hand that you can use either for that fire effect or for holding the sword in his left hand. I've said this with a lot of the figures. These are basically, I mean, even SKELEGOD, I have to downgrade him because of the cape and the armor was a little cumbersome trying to put it back on, so you don't want to take it off, leave it on. But he's definitely an 8.5 to a 9. I say that because, I mean, the fire effect could be a little bit better, because I mean, either this is like a scared glow kind of energy effect, or it looks like, you know, maybe Beastman sneezed and that's a whole bunch of snot on his fist. You know, it almost looks like a slime effect, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. It does coincide and match perfectly with the neck fire glow that he has going on. I mean, it's a thing. I mean, we really have to see how this looks to begin with, but I like it. I still like it. I mean, it's a pretty cool energy effect. It would have been cooler if we could have something maybe a little bit more. But the question is, in the original Masters Universe series, we had, you know, He-Man had Battle Cat and Skeletor had Panther, you know, which was his own panther that he would ride around. Are we going to get a Panther for SKELEGOD? Who knows? Maybe they'll retcon that, and that's not even a thing. But there we are, just a quick review of SKELEGOD. I mean, he definitely looks very fierce and very badass. Do you want to get him? Let me know in the comment section below. My opinion is you definitely want to grab him. I mean, he's just a fierce looking figure. I mean, he looks so Billy badass, it's not even funny. The sword kind of looks a little, I mean, it's the same length as He-Man's sword, but with him holding it, it doesn't look as big or as long, which is kind of weird. But I like it. What would be even cooler if some of these green accents actually glowed in the dark. That would be cool. But it's not a thing, so. But the detail of the cape I think is pretty cool. I will say this, the little plastic diamonds that they have at the bottom here, they do kind of weigh it around, and it can kind of twist around pretty quickly. But, I mean, it's just a minor gripe. I mean, he is a very massive figure. I do recommend setting him up on some NECA stands. Him by himself, I don't think is all that like, his ankles feel a little loose. I think Skeletor is more stable than SKELEGOD is as far as foot. But, you know, that could be a situation of your miles will vary. So, this is an amazing figure, guys. You definitely don't want to miss out on him. He does retail for $29.99. The other figures you've seen are retailing for $19.99. Excuse me. So, if you can find them in your local stores, pick them up. They're going to go fast, guys. So, there we are. Just want to give you guys a quick view. Let you know my thoughts, my opinions, my queries on SKELEGOD. An awesome figure. Just, I mean, Mattel's been killing it with the sculpts, the details, the look. Everything's just tremendous, guys. You really can't go wrong. So, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. And I will always catch you guys on the flip side.